Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Panthers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
At the 26.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
10 at the 48-yard line.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So that'll back him up 5. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 4 more yards. That one goes for 24 yards. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. So they'll let the fullback drive take him home. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play leads to 2nd and goal. At the Panthers.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down.
He's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Another carry.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Tackled by Avante Maddox.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
At the 11-yard line.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Second and 9 now. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
32.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he'll find a man. That's Landry. The 40, the 30, 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jarvis Landry, 85 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. Run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
A gain of 15.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Eagles. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
You like that credit to the defense there, right?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Over 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
The pass.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Number 88.
Give him 14 on that one, and a first down.
First down, Carolina.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
The ball carrier.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here.
The quarterback on
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Out of the gun now on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. 11 yards for number 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Zone now. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Hurts sets up to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.